Madonna fans and friends, and welcome to another episode of Diva News. It's Miriam here, and so happy to have you here with us. And we had a great time with Madonna having a standing ovation at a recent event in Milan. So we're going to talk about that, as well as some other smaller news items. And of course, all of our usual stuff. We're going to be collectible corner and a secret photo of the week, plus some of your fan feedback. So let's see what we have this week. Was Madonna giving good face or what? Yes, she was in the Milan Dolce and Gabbana show tribute. Madonna attended this past Saturday and looked stunning as she was the guest of honor for a tribute to the Blonde Ambition and Gautier collections. And she just looked amazing, as well as the fact that she has such a huge history with Dolce and Gabbana, as we all know. Madonna's making the rounds of the fashion houses right now. You know, she was at New York Fashion Week previously and looking amazing there as well. And so it was just kind of a thing that we thought, if she's going to do New York Fashion Week, would she do some of the other ones? This was something she used to do a lot in the 90s. And I think it's kind of that moment where we're kind of remembering the iconic, well, for a lot of us fans, this isn't anything that we have to remember. We know just how important Madonna's contributions to fashion in music, especially with regards to her concerts, with her, costumes and the different ways that she incorporated couture into concerts, where, it used to just be concert outfits were just basic standard shiny and fancy and sparkly, and then it was about high fashion and bringing in those designers at Gautier and Dolce and Gabbana into those worlds. And so Madonna's been at the forefront of that for years, and it's great to see her, not only giving the respect to those places that helped her define her fashion choices and what she did throughout her career, but for them to also give her the credit for what she was able to do for them, for their designs, for their lines, because it started there, and then everyone that went to the shows, every fan wanted to wear those looks, and so they became standard looks that we would see, in our versions of it. We wouldn't necessarily have the high couture that we could purchase, but we could find some semblance of Madonna's style in a lot of the outfits and things that we were wearing back in those times. And so it is great to see her getting that appreciation and having those long-standing bonds in the fashion industry. And what did you think of this event, as well as New York Fashion Week and Milan, and Madonna's looks for these? Tell us in the comments. This is such an exciting time for Madonna to be able to showcase what she does best, which is gives us those great looks, gives good face, just amazing. And in other Madonna news, we got some interesting news pertaining to We Are the World, but we've heard stuff about this before. Lionel Richie was interviewed by Jimmy Kimmel and asked about the whole ordeal about why Madonna wasn't chosen. And we've heard some other rumors about the possibility that she was kind of shut out. But according to Lionel, he was basically saying that he had to choose between Cindy or Madonna, and Jimmy had thought maybe they could have just sang together. We always wanted to hear Cindy and Madonna sing together. Wouldn't that have been amazing? But also, he said that there's only half a line for every artist, and he wanted a distinctive voice, which Cindy, of course, we know has one. And so he was putting his gamble on that, but has now admitted it's a mistake that Madonna wasn't in the final recording. Obviously, as we look at the history of what not only Madonna's involvement in the music industry, but also her involvement in Africa and things that she's done over there with Bob Geldof. And it's kind of a strange irony that she didn't really get included, despite the fact that she's probably one of the most likely people to be included and be honored in that, doing what she did, because she has been such a supporter of of the causes that are over there throughout her career, throughout her life. So, but that is interesting, you know. Again, it makes us wonder what it would have been like to hear the two of them sing together in any capacity or work together. And we know Cindy has always been pretty open about how lately she's been talking about how she didn't enjoy the competition that her and Madonna were facing in the media, even though that's kind of how they do things. They can put all the female artists against each other. But speaking of female artists, another female artist, Katy Perry, recently talked about how important Madonna was in her career and how every female artist should be giving a huge thank you to Madonna for what she has done, for the barrier she has broken. And we know that Katy Perry and Madonna were working on something together. Didn't materialize. They have done some other things together, some photo shoots and whatnot, and have become good friends. So it's nice to see her showing the support and just saying, hey, you know, we all owe a debt to Madonna, and that is so true. And it's time for another episode of Collectible Corner, and I thought this was a cute one. I remember getting this from one of my pen pals, Brian McLeod. I remember his name. He used to send me some of the coolest import pictures. You remember back then we didn't have the internet, so he would, you know, make photocopies and send me all the different photos and articles from different import magazines that I would have it available for my zines or just for my own pleasure to you know, read all the different things. And this was a little Valentine's Day postcard he made for me. And so cute, Madonna in her true blue look, her true blue open your heart look. And I just thought I'd share it with you guys. Do you remember getting creative things in the mail from your Madonna pen pals? Postcards, homemade stationery, um, any kind of like DIY stuff. Tell us about it in the comments. Some of your favorite things, either that you made or that someone made for you. Because that was kind of what we did in order to like have our own collectibles. Of course, there were mixtapes. We made people mixtapes and sent things back and forth that we heard on the radio or whatever, dedications of Madonna songs and things like that. But there was lots of other things that we would create for our friends. Remember those friendship books? We used to have those, all kinds of stuff. So, you know, it's taking us back, do a little retro memories here and share with us what you have, what you might still have in your collection or you remember it. And, and let's share about that because those were some of the good mementos of our youth, you know, of the times we were fans and we had to get creative with the kinds of collectibles we had. All right. And now it's time for some fan feedback. And I want to say thank you again to everyone who has participated in our weekly fan feedback or has gone to older videos and shared their thoughts. It's so much fun to read everybody's comments, to learn more about you guys and your stories and the things you want to talk about, but also just sharing and being a community of Madonna fans is just so much fun. It really helps us connect with one another. It helps us feel closer together. You know, I've had responses from Finland, I've had from Brazil, from all over, but I just feel like we're all in this like small little Madonna bubble together, and it makes it so much more special and like a family vibe. You know, we are truly a family, and so I had a little bit of a problem this week with my vision again. Everything is pure white. But I do have this one comment I want to share. So I'm going to just go off the top of my head and what I remember of it because it was a great comment. Referencing bedtime stories. We're coming up on that anniversary, 30 years. And I've got some stories to share because I had just started working at Musicland, Sam Goody, when this album dropped. And so it was like the timing was great for me. And we had a comment from a Don Jones. Um, I believe it's at Don Jones. And they were the manager at Camelot Music, which was our competition over in the mall. I remember them well. I used to go over there. Actually, I remember getting my Who's That Girl? It was like a brass keychain. Right after the tour, they had these brass keychains for $15, and I begged my mom for it, and she got it for me. I still have it. Very special. But I loved Camelot. As a teenager, I went there often, and so that was so awesome to hear from Don, who was a manager there, and said that when the album came out, they were promoting it as well, and that it should have gotten a lot more singles off of that album. As I totally agree with you, that this is one of those albums that I feel got robbed. I think you mentioned Survival. Um, what was the Don't Stop? You mentioned Don't Stop and Survival as possible singles, and I agree with you. I think those would have been great. Survival is one of my favorite songs on the album. Um, I love all the songs on the album, actually, and I have so many great stories, especially with Take a Bow being, it was number one for I don't know how many weeks, and I was in charge of the Billboard charts at the store. So I got to switch out the charts every time in the Billboard magazine. And that was a moment of pride for me to see it was still number one. We'll be talking about that and so many other stories when I get to my anniversary video. But thank you, John Jones, for your comment. It's so nice to meet a fellow record store person. You were a manager. I was not a manager, but we all speak that same language. It was so much fun to be, um, promoting something Madonna. I was there from 94 to 96, so I missed Evita, but I did get to promote something to remember as well. And so that was really great. So thanks again for the comment, and keep bringing the comments in. I'm going to see if there's a way that I can start reading these better because I'm having real problems reading on a white screen with the white in my eye. But yes, we are going to have some great fun looking back on bedtime stories. Thank you all again for joining us for this latest episode of Diva News, and I hope you enjoyed all that we had to share. Of course, this is time for the secret photo of the week, and this one takes us back to her second appearance at the AIDS Project LA Dance-a-thon. I believe that was APLA for this one. If you remember, there were two. She did the one in '89, right after she changed her hair to the blonde, and she was there with Sandra and Coty Mundy and all of them, and that was the first time. And then this was the second one. It was 1990, and she appeared once again. I believe this is the same one. If I'm wrong, there may have been three, but she was at this event around 1990 and gave her support for APLA. And yeah, I love this picture of her. She looks so happy. She's there to support, and she did a lot of that back in those days, showing up to, just out of nowhere, spontaneously at these events to get the support of people to come out, to volunteer, to help out with the cause. So very important. And we appreciate so much for all that she did throughout the years to increase awareness and to have a great time and just get out there and do some dancing. I mean, Madonna loved to dance. She had so much excessive energy. Wish I had that kind of energy. But yes, so this is our secret photo, and I want to thank you all again. We are finishing up our birthday contest. We have votes coming in from our staff members, and we'll probably have another contest very soon, coming up for the holidays. So you'll want to keep an eye out for that, and as well as many other fun features. And who knows what the future will hold for Madonna? New music. Let's see. I mean, it would be really nice. Usually around this time of the year, we get something. But at the very least, we know we have major anniversaries. We have bedtime stories, and we have Like a Virgin. So we'll be talking about those. So thanks, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week. Dance and sing, get up and do your thing. Thank you for joining us here at Madonna Everybody Fan Club channel, and I hope you enjoyed our latest video. I hope that you will join us here by liking and subscribing. And also, we have social media with Facebook. We have Madonna Everybody Fan Club, over 5,000 Madonna fans to join. And we have an Instagram at Madonna EFC. So make sure you check those out, as well as a page on Facebook, Madonna Everybody Fan Club, to follow. So definitely check out those social media platforms and join us there. We have contests, we have Fan of the Month, and we have features and lots of great fans to meet. But more importantly, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you comment on this video and let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about or any future video topics you'd like to see. And thank you again for joining our Madonna family. Music does make the people come together. Thanks, everyone.